In the US, there were rumours of a return to form when Bowie took another musical leap in the right direction.
He's a cool guy.
And you heard about his new 9 Inch Nails extravaganza?
In September, Bowie stole the limelight when he toured with cult rock band 9 Inch Nails.
I've always thought of myself more as considered like that eccentric, limey, whatever.
Hello? Beer nuts.
That comes over intermittently and does a tour and then goes away again, and it's sort of, you know, like that.
I used to drum along to Ziggy.
Did you?
Kurt Cobain says some great things about my stuff when I've been in interviews, and then Trent and all that. And I became aware that with the new bands, it was really the first crop of bands that were kind of being influenced by what I'd been doing.
It seems Bowie continues to be inspired by the younger generation of British artists.
I like Goldie and a guy called Gerald. They're kind of like my favourites this week. I tend to be more interested in the material that's on the edge, you know, on the periphery of the mainstream. Tricky especially, I think, is so cool. It's really interesting. I mean, it's a real great example of real hybridisation of music forms.
Never afraid to take creative risks, Bowie was a multimedia artist before the term was coined. In April, he exhibited his artwork at London's Cork Street Gallery.
That was really brave. I enjoyed it tremendously. It was really interesting to see the kinds of people that came into the show, from haters to lovers.
Do you think that there's a...
Not too many old lovers, actually. In England, if you dare suggest that you have more than 2 or 3 hats, it's like, oh, you don't know your station in life. You know, it's like you're above yourself, and don't forget your place, and it gets like that, you know.
Do you worry about your artistic credibility now?
When haven't I?
In the UK, the jury was still out, but one project was about to put him back in the frame.
The best thing he's done in recent years was when he did the theme song for the Buddha of Suburbia, which was actually a classic David Bowie song, and it was obviously kind of influenced by the fact that he was brought up in South London. It was about, the whole thing was about South London, and it was rather a moving song with a great David Bowie kind of melody and all the rest of it.
Hanif wanted me to do the music for his book, which was a play for TV. And so I just went in there and fooled around.
I think David Bowie's been having a hard time over the last few years, although apparently he's supposed to have finished a very good album with Eno, who's the bloke who made a lot of his very innovative work with.
He's always had partners to work with, if you like. He had like Mick Ronson and Brian Eno and all the rest of it.
You listen to Black Tie, and then listen to Buddha, and then listen to Outside. There's really a line going through it. You definitely know where I'm going.
In 1995, Bowie hit back with the highly acclaimed new album, Outside. Part of a multimedia project, it features 7 different characters and will be completed in 1999.
Why did you decide to work with characters again? I thought that was
again,
something you'd finished.
So much, yeah, me too. I'd taken a lot of like articles out of magazines and some of my old poems, and I fed all this information into the computer. And I've got a program in it that cuts everything up, all the words, and recomposes them. And so I improvise to the music, grabbing bits and pieces off all these different sheets of paper. Probably it's the way you start thinking when you did a lot of drugs and you don't do them anymore, but you're still thinking in a fractured, broken up way. There's a guy called Nathan Adler, who's an art detective.
Set in the fictional Oxford town, the album's part of a 5-year project with Brian Eno.
It will encompass a lot more characters than just the 7 I've got so far. You know, because this town will take any number of characters, so it might widen up. It might cast 100.
A lot of your music's based around the future.
Yeah, I think I use the future more as a place to put my thoughts. I'm not sure that I really believe in it as a place, you see.
You're playing Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
That's obviously another hat.
It was more of like a white wig. It was so funny, you know, because I said, look, we got to get the look right. So they got his stuff from the Pittsburgh Museum, and it was so strange because you could smell him on it. All his perfume was all over the clothes and the wig and everything, you know. And very, very sweet. I thought, a stick of pancake. In his handbag, so he looks like he could cover his spots when he went out. I don't derive that much pleasure from actually acting. It's not on my list of priorities. I don't have that driving need to be an actor.
You're coming to England?
Yeah.
When you
I'm
coming?
not going to tell you anything about it.
So how does Bowie cope with being hailed as a pop legend?
I'd be a fool not to be aware of what my contribution has been to music over the years. You know, I kind of hear traces of it here, there and everywhere.
He's written some of the greatest songs in rock and roll.
Well, One Lifetime, Rock God.
Great innovation.
Symbol.
He's someone that I would aspire to.
I don't deal with it. You kidding me?
He definitely contributed to pop music in a major way.
It's a bit like being an eraser, a rubber, because what you spend half your time doing is wiping out everything that people thought before. I think that's my job anyway, is to continually say everything you knew was wrong.
But I wonder how many people know David Bowie is, really. I was thinking this. People watch the Ozone. We don't even know who he is.